Hey, hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. Today we have Justin joining us in a live for the first time. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you.
Justin is the head of business formation at Company Como, and today he's going to bring us really important information about how the business formation process works and what you can expect after you hire a company formation from Company Como. You can feel free to send us any questions you may have on the chat. We're going to be answering by the end of this live. And Justin, for us to start, can you explain us a little bit more about how the process for a business formation works for when you hire the service from Company Como?
Yes, Eva. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to collect your information in the initial application. We're going to determine your entity type, whether that be an LLC or corporation, collect how many members, partners that you have, their positions within the company, the business address, and then the state that you want to apply for the formation in. From there, we're going to make sure that we have everything that we need. We're going to do the state application within your respective state. And then we're going to move on to the IRS documentation once the state has been approved. The way we apply for the EIN with the IRS is going to be with an SS4. We'll collect the responsible party's information, go ahead and give the IRS your business information again, which is the name, the address. We'll send that in. Once we get that, we'll go ahead and take the EIN, send you your final documentations. For an LLC, it would be an operating agreement along with all of the state and IRS documentation. A corporation would be your bylaws with the state and IRS documentation, which is your EIN letter. And then again, in the beginning, throughout the process, we're going to go ahead and check and make sure that all the information that you've provided to us is both valid and available within the respective state. That would make sure that we have a name that's available within the state, that your address is going to be a valid United States address that we can use for the application. And then any other problems that may happen along the way, we'll go ahead and let you know before we apply.
Really good to know. So, for example, if I choose a name that is not available with the state, you guys will let me know, and I will be able to choose a different name to move on with my application.
Yes, we would reach out to have our customer service department reach out to you, letting you know that the name that you have is not available. We give you a few different suggestions of what we could add on to the name that you provided, should those options be available, or just ask that you provide us with a couple of options, and then we'll check back with you and make sure that we can go ahead and proceed with the information you want to move forward for your business with.
Really good, really good. Thank you so much. And you mentioned that I would need that the client would need to sign a form SS4 to submit to IRS, right? This is something that our clients always ask us about when they receive the completed form and before signing it to submit to IRS. So can you explain us a little bit more about this form in specific and why is it used for?
Yes, the SS4 is essentially an application for the employer identification number. It's just to provide the IRS with your business's name, the address, the state that you're mainly providing services in. They're going to look for a service type, your industry, and what services you're doing, and then a responsible party for the taxes that you'll be paying on the federal level.
Really good. And how long it takes to complete the whole process?
The entire process, it depends on which state you're registering in for the time. Florida in general, we can get a state approval usually within 1 week. The IRS, it depends on the time of year. If you're applying for a new business formation during tax season, it's going to take a little longer. We usually say within 45 business days or under, but depending on the time of year, if it's a slower time of year, you're going to be able to complete the process within 20 to 30 business days.
Really good. So there are some seasons where RS may be busier, so the processes will take longer, right?
Yes, if the IRS is having any delayed processing times, they usually do provide that information to us so we can provide that information to you, letting you know what the expectation is. And if we are experiencing any higher than normal processing times, we do check in with the IRS to see the status of requests if we're not fitting the time frame that we've presented.
Okay, really good. And how does the process works? Is it online? Do I need to go to the US and sign the paperwork in person? Like how it works for foreign entrepreneurs opening a business account, opening a business in the US?
Yes, you don't need to travel to the United States. We can do everything online and electronically. If there's anything we need a signature for, we'll go ahead and send that to you and provide you the means to send that back to us in order to make it more convenient for you.
Okay, really good. Really good to know. And what kind of documents will I receive after I complete the process with Company Combo? What kind of documents you're going to provide to myself as a business owner?
Yes, there's going to be 3 different sets of documents. The documents are going to be the state documentation. Depending on the state that you register in, it's either going to be a articles of organization for an LLC, articles of incorporation for a corporation, or usually the other designation is certificate of organization or certificate of incorporation. It just depends what the state is. Most of the documents are relatively the same in definition. On the state level, just the state name for them does vary. When you go to the IRS, you're going to receive the employer identification number. They will assign that sometimes by fax. They'll send the SS4 back with the EIN number, but you're looking for that EIN letter as well, which designates the business name, address, responsible party, as well as your employer identification number and methods to contact them. Lastly, you're going to need business documents depending on your entity type. And those are documents through our process that we will complete the initial forms for you of. It's going to be an operating agreement for LLCs or the bylaws for a corporation.
And do I need to register my operating agreement or my bylaws with any government agency?
You need to just provide that documentation for anything. If you're conducting any business activity where any sort of anything like a bank or anything like that asks for them, you will have to provide that. But as for our level, we don't ask that you register it for anything. It's just a matter of when you conduct your business, if that documentation is required, that you have it updated accordingly and provide it when needed.
So they are internal documents that the business owner must keep inside the
Yes.
company, but it's not mandatory that they register that with any institution here on the state level or federal level, right?
No.
Really good. And Justin, my last question is something that our clients have been requesting recently. Is it possible to start my business registration process right now and hold it to be effective on January 1st? So I don't need to do the business renewals on the beginning of 2022. I will have my business starting next year, but I can already make the process before that. So I'll have everything ready to start running on January 1st.
Yes. So with the year 2022 approaching, if you register right now and get your state approved, you're going to have to look at annual reports, which cause additional fees. So if you want to register into the new year, that is definitely an option. A lot of states actually allow us to do a delayed effective date when they're doing that application. And then we'll just hold the process of applying with the IRS until the new year. Or if you do choose a state that doesn't allow us to hold that effective date, we can still have you register with all the information, make sure we're good to go, and then we can go ahead and process the information when the year 2022 starts.
Okay, thank you so much. Really good information. Justin, we don't have any other questions so far. So, guys, if you are watching us and you have any specific questions about your business, please reach out to us on the email sales@companycombo.com, and we will be more than happy to answer all your questions. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for the information you provided, Justin, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.